My beloved soul, today, I want you to notice something that may have gone unnoticed. You have been looking at your life as a book whose plot seems to have stabilized. The chapters follow one another, with a familiarity that borders on monotony. There are joys, there are challenges, but the feeling that a great change, an event that changes everything, is no longer part of your narrative, has settled in your heart. You have been faithful in your walk, you have prayed, you have kept the flame of your hope alight even when the winds of delay blew strongly. You looked at the horizon for so long, waiting for a sign, for your ship to come in, for the appearance of a promise that at times seemed too distant. And in your long watch, tiredness became a familiar companion, and doubt, a persistent shadow. You asked yourself, in the silence of your heart, will my turn ever come? What I am about to show you next could transform your life, because I came today to deliver the most glorious spoiler of your biography. Your story is not heading toward a predictable conclusion. It is approaching its greatest turning point. You are about to receive a great turnaround, an event, a confluence of circumstances, an intervention by me that will take your current narrative and turn it upside down, in the most beautiful and redemptive way you can imagine. What seemed to be your final destiny was, in fact, merely the stage being meticulously prepared for the most important scene of your life. You are not in the epilogue. You are in the climax that precedes your greatest victory. What you felt as stagnation was, in fact, the dramatic tension that I, the narrator, was building. Before continuing the message, write this statement of faith in the comments. My great turnaround is coming. By doing this, you are aligning yourself with my script, declaring your faith in the author, and positioning yourself not as a spectator, but as the protagonist who is ready for her grand scene. Now, continuing the message, I invite you to abandon your script of realism. Tear up your notes on how your story should end, and prepare your heart, because what is coming was not in your plans, but it was always in mine. My precious soul, with a heart that has known the long wait, you might ask, Father, why this tension? Why this long chapter of apparent calm, which at times seemed like neglect? I want you to grasp my art, the art of a master storyteller. A great reversal only has impact if it is preceded by a period of normalcy or difficulty. If your life were a succession of daily miracles, your great turnaround would not be noticed. It would be just another event. But because you knew the desert, the oasis I prepared for you will taste the sweetest. Because you knew the silence, the music of your victory will sound more glorious. Your season of waiting was not a plot error. It was a narrative tool. It was me, the author, building the necessary contrast so that your turnaround is not just a blessing, but a spectacle of my grace. While you thought nothing was happening, I was working tirelessly behind the scenes. I was positioning the characters. I was building the sets. I was aligning the celestial and earthly events. Your turnaround is a high-budget production, and productions like that take time. I was preparing the hearts of the people who will be part of your blessing. I was closing the wrong doors in your life, even if you cried before them, to ensure that you would be in the right place at the right time. Every no you heard was my yes for the perfect moment. Every apparent delay was my divine synchronization. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments, I trust in the Lord. By doing this, you are applauding the author, declaring your trust in my plot, even when the scene seemed not to make sense. It is your act of faith in the master of turnarounds. If this message has touched your heart and you wish to support this mission, click Super Thanks and help spread words of light, encouragement, and inspiration to many lives. Continuing on, rejoice in your past. It was not an editing mistake. It was the necessary and perfectly written first act, which will give your turnaround all its power and all its meaning. My blessed soul, and what will this great turnaround be like? What is its nature? The first thing you need to know is that it will be surprising. It will not come from the direction you are expecting. It will not take the form you imagined. I delight in subverting human expectations to show my creativity. If you expect a financial solution through your work, it may come through an unexpected inheritance. If you expect healing through treatment, It may come through a word of faith. Release your hows and prepare to be awed by my originality. The second characteristic is that it will be comprehensive. Your turnaround will not be an isolated event in a single area of your life. It will be like a stone thrown into a lake, whose waves will spread to every bank of your existence. Your financial turnaround will bring healing to your marriage. Your health turnaround will give you a new purpose. Your relational turnaround will open doors in your career. I am not a God of single-issue solutions. I am a God of integral restoration. What is coming is not a patch. It is a complete renovation of your life landscape. The third characteristic is that it will be undeniably divine. There will be no logical explanation. It will not be luck. It will not be coincidence. My signature will be on every detail. It will be so clear that it was my hand that moved, that the only possible response will be worship. Your turnaround will silence your critics and inspire those who believe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do so now. Thus, you receive more messages of light and inspiration directly to your heart. And before we proceed, let me guide you to something I have prepared to strengthen your faith even more. If you feel you need inner healing, spiritual reconnection, purpose, and prosperity aligned with my heart, there is a 31-day path waiting for you. Each day of this walk was created so I can speak to you more deeply and personally. If you wish to follow this path, the link is in the description and the first pinned comment. Now, let's continue the message. I, your God, am sending you a special sign. The sign you have been waiting for is in this verse, Isaiah 43:19, which says, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" Write in the comments, "I receive this message and I am blessed," and send love and protection to the person you love, declaring that God is also doing a new thing in their life. If this message touched your heart, show your support with a super thanks and help spread this message of light. Expand your expectations. What I am bringing is not a small scene change. It is an act change. And this new act is the showing of my glory in your life, my beloved soul. For this great turnaround to happen on a clean stage, there is one last piece of scenery from the old act that needs to be removed. It is the scenery of unforgiveness. You cannot enter your new scene of celebration if you are still chained to the drama of your scene of pain. The resentment you carry for the injustices, the disappointments, your own frustration, is an anchor that keeps you tied to the past. And your turnaround is about the future. Forgiveness is your act of cutting the anchor rope. It is your declaration that you are ready to sail. Forgiving those who hurt you is your act of saying, "Your role in my story is over. I no longer give you the power to be the protagonist of my pain. I release you, and in doing so, I free myself for my new narrative of joy." And forgiving yourself is your act of accepting the author's script. You blame yourself for past choices, for paths you took. You see yourself as the author of your own tragedies, but I, the director, tell you, each of those scenes was allowed and used by me to build your character, to give you the depth and strength you need for your scene of victory. Your mistakes were not plot failures. They were dialogues that showed the need for my grace. Accept my direction. Forgive your past performance, and prepare yourself for your best role, which is coming. Write in the comments a list of people, including yourself, whom you wish to forgive. Visualize each one, send them love, and say, "I forgive you and release you. May peace be with you." Feel the lightness and freedom that forgiveness brings. Repeat this practice every day to strengthen your inner peace and release anxiety. This act of forgiveness is your stage cleaning. It is you removing all the props of your old tragedy to make way for the glorious set of your new comedy of redemption. And on a clean stage, my light can shine without shadows. My precious soul, with the stage clean and your expectation aligned, how will you know that your turnaround is imminent? I will begin to give you the signs, like the change of music that announces the next scene. Pay attention. The first sign will be an inner peace that defies your logic. Even if your circumstances have not yet changed, a deep calm will settle over your spirit. The anxiety that accompanied you will begin to dissipate, replaced by a serene confidence. This is my spirit, preparing your heart. calming your inner audience for the grand spectacle. The second sign will be an acceleration. The things that were stagnant for years will begin to move. Small answers will begin to arrive. Small doors will begin to open. You will feel a new rhythm, a new momentum. This is me, the director, speeding up the time for the main scene. The third sign will be a series of divine coincidences. The right people will cross your path. The exact information you needed will come to you. What seemed random will begin to connect, forming a clear pattern of my hand in action. It is me, the scriptwriter, tying up all the loose ends for the great disclosure. And the final sign will be an inexplicable joy. You will wake up feeling lighter, more optimistic. A song of hope will begin to play in your heart without an apparent reason. This will be the soundtrack of your turnaround, which has already begun to play in the heavens and whose echo now reaches your soul. When these signs begin to show themselves, do not doubt. Celebrate. Be grateful. They are my harbingers, my messengers, announcing that your great turnaround is no longer a future promise, but a present reality that is about to become visible. My blessed soul, this great turnaround in your life is not a selfish event. It has a purpose that will echo far beyond you. Your story, with its long wait and its glorious reversal, will become one of my faith blockbusters, a testimony that will inspire and strengthen the faith of many. The people who saw your Act 1 of difficulty and perseverance will be amazed to witness your Act 2 of triumph and restoration. Your life will become the irrefutable proof that I am a God of happy endings, a master at rewriting stories. You will become an ambassador of hope. Your testimony will give other people, who are stuck in their own dramas, the courage to believe in their own turnaround. Your story will not be about your strength, but about my faithfulness. And this is the message the world desperately needs to hear. Share this video with 2 dear people who need this message of hope and faith. Let's build a chain of love and mutual support together. Leave a comment with a prayer of faith and hope. A simple, Lord, may my great turnaround be a testimony of your love to the world, is a prayer that aligns your personal miracle with my redemptive plan for humanity. What the enemy intended to be your private tragedy, I am changing into your greatest platform for public ministry. Your greatest pain is being converted into your greatest pulpit, and your message will be your own life, a story of redemption that points to the author of every good story. My precious soul, what should your posture be on the eve of this great turnaround? Not that of a passive spectator, but that of a protagonist who prepares for her grand scene. Your first practice is prophetic thanksgiving. Start thanking me now for the turnaround you have not yet seen, but already know is coming. Your gratitude is your faith in action. It is your yes that accelerates my showing. Father, thank you for my healing. Thank you for my financial restoration. Thank you for the peace in my family. Be grateful as if it were already a done deal, because in heaven it already is. Your second practice is active preparation. Prepare for your new reality. If your turnaround is financial, start learning about how to manage abundance. If it is relational, start practicing love and forgiveness. Act like the person you will be on the other side of your turnaround. This action of faith is your way of telling the universe that you are not just waiting, you are preparing to receive. Your third practice is extravagant praise. Fill your house, your car, your heart with the music of celebration. Praise is the atmosphere of heaven, and when you create the atmosphere of heaven on your earth, the realities of heaven are shown. Your praise is the soundtrack that invites the king to enter the scene. Gratitude, preparation, and praise. This is not your work to make the turnaround happen. It is your worship in response to the turnaround that I have already decreed. It is your dance of joy in the wings before the curtain opens. My beloved soul, we have reached the end of the announcement and the beginning of your appearance. The script has been finalized. The actors are in position. The curtain is about to rise for the most spectacular act of your life. Together, we saw the sacred purpose of your waiting as the preparation of the stage. We cleaned the set with forgiveness. You glimpsed the surprising and comprehensive nature of your turnaround. You embraced your calling to be a testimony, and you learned to carry yourself as the star who prepares for her grand premiere. Now, your long night of rehearsals is over. Your morning of glorious performance has arrived. For my part, I promise you, your turnaround will be worthy of eternal applause. It will be a work of art of my grace, my power, and my love for you. It will not just solve your problem. It will redefine your life and your identity forever. Your part, my child, is simply to step onto the stage. It is to stop looking back at the past acts. It is to stop trying to guess the ending. It is simply to trust the director, surrender to your role, and shine with the light that I myself lit in you. Leave this meeting of ours, no longer as the secondary character of a story of waiting, but as the protagonist of an epic of redemption. Your turning point is no longer a hope. It is a divine appointment, and your time is now. If this message resonated with you and with your situation, write in the comments, "My life is a testimony of your turnaround." Your words strengthen your faith and also light the way for others who need this light. Share your experiences in the comments. And before we close, I need to guide you to something I have prepared especially for you. I have seen your search for inner healing, for spiritual reconnection, for a new purpose, and for prosperity that comes from my hands. None of this is by chance. When your heart cries out, I open pathways. That is why, through this channel, I have set before you a guided 31-day path, a process where, daily, I can speak more deeply to your spirit. This is not just an ebook. It is a road to restoration, alignment, and growth, created to strengthen your faith, renew your hope, and open doors you never imagined. If you feel this calling, access the link I have left in the description and also in the first pinned comment of this video. Begin this walk of healing, reconnection, purpose, and prosperity today. I will be with you on every page, guiding your steps and illuminating your way. If this message touched your heart, like this video and subscribe to the channel to continue receiving my word. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video.